The arrival. The impact sent Marcus sprawling across smooth, warm stone. His head throbbed as he pushed himself upright, blinking against the strange amber light filtering through the canopy above. Nothing looked familiar. The trees, if they were trees, spiraled upward in impossible curves, their leaves shimmering like liquid silver. His research vessel had experienced a catastrophic malfunction during the jump, and now he was somewhere. The communicator on his wrist flickered uselessly, displaying only static. "You're awake." Marcus spun around. A woman stood at the edge of the clearing, watching him with eyes that seemed to shift between violet and gold in the strange light. She wore flowing fabric that clung to her form, revealing a figure that made his breath catch. Her hair fell in dark waves past her shoulders, and something about her presence felt both welcoming and dangerous. "Who are you?" he managed, his voice rough. "Lyra." She stepped closer, her movements fluid and deliberate. "You fell from the sky. We don't often receive visitors here." "We?" Marcus steadied himself, trying to assess the situation. "Where is here, exactly?" Lyra's lips curved into a knowing smile. "Somewhere your people have never found. Somewhere we prefer to keep hidden." She tilted her head, studying him. "You're not injured?" "I don't think so." He patted himself down, finding only minor bruises. "My ship." "Destroyed beyond the ridge. The fragments have already been collected." She moved even closer, close enough that he could feel the warmth radiating from her. "You're fortunate. Most who crash here don't survive." I swallowed hard, acutely aware of the intensity in her gaze. "Should I be worried?" Lyra reached out, her fingers brushing his jaw with surprising gentleness. "That depends entirely on what you want, Marcus." Her name on her lips sent a shiver through him. "This world offers many pleasures and many dangers. Sometimes they're the same thing." "How do you know my name?" "I know many things." She withdrew her hand, leaving him longing for her touch again. "Come, there are others who wish to meet you." The fire and the calm. Lyra led Marcus through winding pathways bordered by plants that seemed to pulse with bioluminescent light as they passed. The air grew warmer, thick with an intoxicating floral scent that made his senses feel heightened. They emerged into a courtyard where water cascaded down crystalline walls, creating a soothing rhythm. Two women waited there, and Marcus felt his pulse quicken at the sight of them. The first rose from where she'd been trailing her fingers in the water. Her hair was a striking copper color, wild and untamed. She wore minimal clothing that revealed toned curves and sun-kissed skin. Her eyes locked onto his with predatory interest. "So, this is our visitor," she said, her voice low and teasing. She circled him slowly, unabashedly appraising. "Lyra wasn't exaggerating. You're quite appealing." "This is Zara," Lyra introduced with amusement in her tone. "Pleased to meet you," Marcus said, trying to maintain composure as Zara completed her circle, standing close enough that he could feel her breath. "Oh, I think the pleasure will be mutual." Zara's fingers traced along his shoulder. "Don't you agree?" "Zara, don't overwhelm him." The third woman approached with quieter grace. She had lighter hair that fell in soft waves, and her eyes held a gentleness that immediately put Marcus at ease. "I'm Thea. Welcome to our home." Unlike Zara's boldness, Thea's presence was soothing. She smiled warmly, though Marcus noticed the way her gaze lingered on him with unmistakable interest. "I don't understand." Marcus looked between the three women. "Why am I here? What is this place?" Lyra moved beside him, her hand resting on his lower back.
This world exists between spaces your people navigate. We've lived here for generations, hidden and content. And lonely, Zara added, stepping closer from the other side. It's been so long since we've had someone new, someone from beyond. Thea approached from the front, completing the circle around him. We felt your ship's energy signature. We guided you here. You crashed me deliberately? Marcus' heart raced, though whether from alarm or the proximity of three beautiful women, he couldn't say. We saved you from drifting into the void, Lyra corrected, her breath warm against his ear. And now, you're ours to welcome properly. Zara's hand found his chest. If you'll let us. Marcus felt overwhelmed by sensation, their closeness, their sense, the heat of their bodies. This is happening very fast. Thea's fingers interlaced with his. We have all the time you need. But know this, Marcus. We want you here. All of us do.
Boundaries dissolving. The evening sky transformed into a breathtaking display of colors Marcus had never seen. Deep purples bleeding into emerald greens, with stars that seemed close enough to touch. The four of them reclined on soft cushions, arranged around a low fire that burned with blue and silver flames. Zara had brought food, exotic fruits that tasted like honey and lightning on his tongue, and wine that warmed him from within. As the hours passed, Marcus felt his initial wariness melting away. "Tell us about your world," Thea said softly, lying on her side, facing him. Her hand rested innocently on his thigh, but the touch sent electricity through him. Marcus described Earth, his research, his solitary life devoted to exploration. The women listened with genuine fascination, asking questions that showed their intelligence matched their beauty. "You've been alone," Lyra observed, moving closer. She sat behind him now, her fingers beginning to massage his tense shoulders, driven by curiosity, but isolated by it. "I suppose that's true," Marcus admitted, feeling his muscles relax under her skilled touch. "Loneliness is something we understand," Zara said. She'd positioned herself on his other side, her leg pressed against his. "This paradise can feel like a prison sometimes, beautiful but empty." "Until now," Thea added, her eyes meeting his with undisguised desire. The wine and the warmth and their closeness made Marcus bold. "What do you want from me?" Lyra's hands moved to his neck, her lips brushing his ear. "Everything you're willing to give." Zara leaned in, her mouth hovering near his. "Starting with this." She kissed him with fierce passion, her tongue exploring while her hands gripped his shoulders. When they broke apart, Marcus was breathless. Thea immediately claimed his attention, her kiss gentler but no less intense, filled with longing and sweetness. Lyra turned his face to hers, her kiss deep and knowing, as if she could taste his very soul. "Wait," Marcus managed, though his body screamed protest. "I need to understand. All three of you?" "We share everything here," Lyra explained, her fingers tracing his jaw. "Pleasure, connection, love. There's no jealousy, only abundance." "Can you accept that?" Thea asked, her hands sliding under his shirt, exploring his chest. Marcus looked at each of them. Zara's fierce hunger, Thea's tender affection, Lyra's mysterious intensity. His heart pounded with desire and something deeper. Yes, God help me, yes. They descended on him together, hands and mouths exploring, clothing disappearing into the night. Under the alien stars, Marcus discovered pleasures beyond imagination, three women teaching him the meaning of ecstasy.
The Heart's Dilemma. Morning light filtered through translucent curtains, painting patterns across bare skin. Marcus woke entangled with all three women, Thea's head resting on his chest, Zara's arm draped across his waist, Lyra's fingers interlaced with his. The night had been extraordinary, overwhelming, perfect. Yet as consciousness fully returned, so did reality. He carefully extracted himself and stepped onto the balcony overlooking the alien landscape. The beauty of this world struck him anew, but so did a growing ache in his chest. "You're troubled," Lyra joined him, wrapping a sheer robe around herself. Her perceptiveness unnerved him. "Last night was incredible," Marcus said honestly. "You're all incredible, but I don't know what happens now." "What do you want to happen?" He ran his hand through his hair, struggling with emotions he'd never expected to feel. "I'm falling for you. All of you. That shouldn't be possible, but it is. Zara makes me feel alive and reckless. Thea makes me feel safe and cherished. You make me feel understood in ways I've never experienced." Lyra moved closer, her hand finding his. "And this frightens you?" "I don't know how to love three people. My world doesn't work that way." He turned to face her. "And even if I could figure that out, I can't stay here forever. My life, my work." "Is that life waiting for you?" Lyra interrupted gently. "Or running from loneliness through exploration?" The question hit harder than expected. Before Marcus could answer, Zara's voice called from inside. "Lyra, something's wrong with Thea." They rushed back to find Thea sitting up, tears streaming down her face. Zara held her protectively. "What happened?" Marcus knelt beside them. "I got inside my own head," Thea whispered. "Marcus, I know you'll leave eventually. How can I let myself fall completely when I know it ends?" Her vulnerability shattered something in Marcus. He cupped her face, wiping away tears. "Thea!" "We've all been thinking it," Zara admitted, her usual confidence wavering. "This feels too good to be real, too perfect to last." Lyra sat down, completing their circle. "We brought you here selfishly, Marcus. We were lonely, and you were brilliant and beautiful and exactly what we craved, but we didn't consider the cost." "The cost to me?" Marcus asked. "To all of us," Lyra said. "We're falling too. We don't share our hearts easily, but you've claimed them." Marcus looked at each woman, seeing their fear and hope mirrored in their eyes. His own heart felt too large for his chest, filled with an emotion that defied logic. "I don't have answers," he said finally. "I don't know how to make this work or if it even can, but I know that what I feel for you, all of you, is real." He took a shaky breath. "I've spent my life exploring the universe, searching for something I couldn't name. Maybe I was searching for this. For you." Thea kissed him softly. "Then don't search anymore. Stay." "At least for now," Zara added, her hand finding his. "We'll figure out the rest together." Lyra's eyes held ancient wisdom. "Love doesn't follow rules, Marcus. Not here, not on your world. It simply is."
Beyond the stars. 3 months passed like a beautiful dream. Marcus's attempts to contact his world had failed, and surprisingly, he'd stopped trying as desperately. His days were filled with learning about this hidden planet, his nights with passion and connection that deepened with each passing moment. He'd learned that what he felt for Zara, Thea, and Lyra wasn't divided, but multiplied. Each relationship unique and complete, yet somehow enhanced by the others. Zara challenged him, pushing boundaries and igniting fires within him. Thea nurtured him, providing comfort and gentle intimacy. Lyra mystified him, their connection intellectual and spiritual as much as physical. Today, they'd gathered at the highest point of their realm, where the sky seemed close enough to touch. Marcus had something important to say. "I've been thinking about my old life," he began, and felt them tense. He squeezed their hands reassuringly. "Not because I want to return to it, but because I need to let it go properly." "What do you mean?" Thea asked softly. Marcus pulled out his damaged communicator. "This represented everything I was, always moving, never settling, never truly connecting."
I thought I was brave, exploring the unknown. But real courage is this: staying, choosing, loving. He stood, walking to the edge of the cliff. I came here by accident, but I'm staying by choice. If that means I never see Earth again, so be it. You three are my home now. With that, he hurled the communicator into the chasm below, watching it disappear into mist. Zara rushed to him first, kissing him fiercely. "You magnificent fool! You're really choosing us." "I'm choosing this life, this love." He pulled Thea and Lyra close. All of it. Thea's eyes shimmered with tears. "We'll make you happy, Marcus, I promise." Lyra smiled, her mysterious aura softening. "We already do. He sees what we've known for months. This was meant to be." As the sun set, painting the sky in impossible colors, the four of them lay together under the emerging stars. Marcus marveled at the journey that brought him here, to this forbidden paradise, to these three extraordinary women. "Tell me something," Marcus murmured, contentment warming him. "Did you really guide my ship here, or was it truly an accident?" Lyra's laugh was musical. "Does it matter now?" "I suppose not." He kissed each of them in turn. "Accident or fate? I'm grateful." Zara propped herself up on her elbow, her expression playful yet serious. "So what happens now? We just live in paradise forever?" "We build something real. We create a life together, whatever that looks like. We wake up every morning and choose each other again." "That sounds perfect," Thea whispered, snuggling closer. As night fully descended, the four lovers remained intertwined, united by a bond that transcended convention and worlds. Marcus had sought the unknown across the universe, never realizing the greatest discovery would be learning to stay still long enough to let love find him. In the end, he hadn't conquered new worlds, he'd surrendered to this one, and to the three women who taught him that the heart's capacity for love knows no bounds, no rules, no limits, only infinite glorious possibility.